I was going to make a video complaining about the government, but I really don't feel like doing that right now. I've got a lot to say about it, but I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. So let's talk about something interesting. Let's talk about some hot ass girl popped up in my YouTube shorts, and she was talking about what is deja vu. And I can tell you right now, I'll tell you what deja vu is right now. But uh, I'm going to tell you this too. Once I tell you what it is, you're probably not going to experience it anymore because once I realized what deja vu is, I stopped experiencing it. So if you don't want to know what it is, turn this video off now because I'm going to tell you what it is. And it's mind boggling shit. And this, in my opinion, proves that um, reality is not what we think it is. Let me keep the suspense going for a little while before I tell you what deja vu is. I saw another very interesting video yesterday where Elon Musk said something. He pointed something out that I have never noticed, and this is very interesting. He said, we spend a majority of our time on our phones and on our laptops, but have you ever noticed that you never see phones or laptops in your dreams? And I'm thinking about it. And I don't think I ever have seen a phone or a laptop in my dream. Have you? Has any? Let me know in the comments if you have ever seen a phone like these modern phones or a laptop in a dream. Come to think of it, I don't know if I've ever seen a phone in a dream at all. Um, and I've had some vivid dreams. And his when 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 I'm 100% sober, I usually remember my dreams a lot better. Right now, I'm smoking weed, usually at night, and then I play Red Dead Redemption, and I put the videos up on my other channel where I'm playing Red Dead Redemption, stoned out of my mind. But when I smoke weed before I go to bed, I don't remember my dreams typically. Maybe a little bit, but not much. But when I go to bed sober, I usually have very vivid dreams. That's one of the upsides for me when I quit smoking weed. I get to experience my dreams again. But yeah, so Elon Musk said, and I think he's right. I've never seen a phone or a laptop or used a computer in a dream before. I don't think I've ever even seen one in a dream before. You know what I mean? What the hell does that mean? And I want to know if any of you have ever used a phone or a laptop in a dream or even seen one in a dream. Let me know in the comments because if no one has ever seen a phone or a laptop in their dreams, that means something. I just don't know what that means. So he was saying basically it means we're in a simulation. But I just don't know if we could be in a simulation. We could be literally in a video game. You know what I mean? But now I'll explain what deja vu is. So I realized this a long time ago. I experienced deja vu. I was at a job in Wesley Chapel, Florida. We were building a rooms to go, and I, I I was in the electrical room for some reason, drilling a hole, doing something construction related, and I was like, I've been here before, and I don't mean during this job. Like, I have been right here doing this exact thing before, but it seems like 1,000 years ago or something, and I was really searching my memory hard, like when was I here before? This exact moment in time, I was here before, doing this exact thing, and I realized it was a dream. It was a flash in a dream that when I woke up, I didn't remember it. It was one of those dreams I didn't remember. At least I thought I didn't remember it until months later when I was there. And I was like, holy shit, I have been here before in a dream. But this was months ago. So, and before that, years before that, I had another similar experience where I was in my room in my apartment with a couple of my friends and I had deja vu like crazy. And I was thinking to myself, I've been here before, but I don't know where. And it occurred to me, maybe a dream. You know what I mean? Maybe. But I couldn't exactly. It was like this vague connection. But then years later, when it happened again, I was sure that time because I could remember it in the dream. I didn't remember the rest of the dream, but I do remember that part where I was in that electrical room doing something on that fucking wall, and it, deja vu is you've been there before. You know what I mean? You just don't know when or how or what. And I'm telling you right now, it's from a dream. So, and let me tell you something else. This happened probably 15, 20 years ago, and I have not experienced deja vu since then. Once I was sure this is what it is, I haven't experienced since. I would like to experience it again because I'd like to confirm my hypothesis, but I have not experienced it again. Um, Otherwise, I'd be happy to confirm it because now I know what to look for. You know what I mean? But you know how sometimes you have these dreams and you just wake up and you instantly forget it? It's still recorded in your mind, and this is what deja vu is. So, what does that mean? That means that you, in your dream, experienced the future, like, which is, according to our physics, not possible. Time travel is not possible. So, what does it mean? I don't know what it means. What it means to me is that reality does not function the way we think it does. Go on my Patreon if you want details, but that's where I present all my real evidence to this shit. Um, and the truth is, most people aren't ready to hear the truth. But so what it means really, and here's the thing about me. I am psychic on some level. Um, it's not something I really use on purpose. I don't want to know the future. I have done some card reading on myself before, and um, something told me to stop doing it because um, it's almost like cheating. But I'll put it to you this way: one of the times before I decided to, so when I first quit my job at Belmont, I was torn. I was like, did I just make a big mistake? I had some money saved up from working in Belmont, and I cashed out my 401k and all that shit. So I had a couple $1,000. So I was chilling in my apartment in Long Island, bored. I didn't mind working, but I felt it was holding me back. Watch my previous videos if you want the full story. But so I went to get pizza at this place, J&S, on Hook Creek Boulevard, right on the border of Queens and Valley Stream. Best Sicilian pizza on earth. The pandemic shut them down, which is such a shame. The pizza place was there for like 50 years. Literally the best Sicilian pizza you're ever gonna have. J&S on Hook Creek Boulevard. Not there no more. Anyways, I walk over there to get my favorite pizza. I'm stressed. I'm stressing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I don't want to be homeless, but I just quit my job and I'm scared. And so I go into J&S. I get my two slices of Sicilian with pepperoni. I was gonna eat one there and take one home. I'm eating my pizza. I get to talking to the guy behind the counter, and somehow we got on the subject of me quitting my job. And I was like, he's like, honestly, man, I like you. He's like, if you want a job, I'll give you one right here. He's like, you know, let me know anytime. If you need a job, let me know. And I was like, well, that's a huge weight off my chest. You know what I mean? I left there feeling a lot better, thinking, okay, I don't really have to be homeless. I could work for J&S, which is honestly the best pizza in the area, besides Ancona's, which is deeper in Valley Stream. Um, but Ancona's don't got the Sicilian like J&S. So I uh, I was a lot less nervous, but I was thinking to myself, um, I kind of that would be, you know, just going backwards. Really, it just clinging to the safety and the security, and clinging to this shitty little apartment I'm in, and it just didn't feel right deep down. So I busted out with my tarot cards, and I was just gonna do a one card reading on what I should do, and basically what it told me was the big prize was at the end of the more difficult path, which intuitively I should have known it anyway, but that's what the cards told me. The cards told me basically you can take the hard path for the bigger reward, which would be the whole homeless thing, or you could take the easier path with no real reward, but it's going to be a lot safer and a lot more comfortable. And I decided no guts, no glory. And I'm not going to take that job, and I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. Uh, Whatever happens, it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be hard, probably, but the cards are telling me there's a big reward at the end of this path, and so that's what I'm going to do. And so that's what I did, and I don't regret it. I'm grateful I did that. Um, wouldn't change it for the world. But here's one of the realizations I came to with the tarot cards. You got to make your own decisions. You can't leave it up to. You got to make your own decisions. You know what I mean? It really comes down to that. You can't rely on external things. You got to make your own decisions. But the other thing is, I don't want another future. I don't. I'd rather let it come as it comes. I don't want to know. So there was times when I was homeless and I was thinking to myself, I could start reading cards. There's people out here doing it. I've interacted with them. People doing card readings in Union Square and Washington Square Park. They had zero psychic ability. They had zero intuitive abilities. They were not real fortune tellers in any sense of the word. I felt I would be a lot better for it than they are. But and I would also make a lot of money doing it because I am believe what you want to believe, but we're all psychic. This is my point with the whole deja vu thing. We're all psychic. We've all seen the future. If you've had deja vu, that means you've seen the future. So, um, the whole why I didn't do the card reading thing, and I would have been real good at it, and I would have made a lot of money doing it. But I just felt deep down that it just wasn't for me. I didn't go out there for that. I went out there for something else. And the other thing is, I don't feel that I should be selling that ability, and I don't want to be responsible for what am I gonna do if I read someone's cards and it's telling me they got a lot of bad things coming in the future? Am I at that point? Am I supposed to lie to them? Am I supposed to soften it up? No, so. And what if some poor person comes up? They want their cards read. They give me their last $20 or whatever, and I got nothing but bad things to tell them. So I was like, I'm not taking on that responsibility. I don't want to be a therapist, which is what I was going to end up turning into if I did that. And I just didn't. I didn't want to do it, so I didn't do it. I don't even have any tarot cards right now. Um, and I'm not interested in seeing the future. Another, and another way I'm psychic. I can sense a lot about the people around me. Um, and you know, I've I've even proved it to people before. I've told them what they were thinking before, and people are like, it freaks them the fuck out. um, but and I've had people say to me before, like, some like you are you reading my mind or some shit? Because like they'll think of something and I'll say it. You know what I mean? And so, um, but here's the thing. I believe we're all psychic to some degree or other. I also believe that this is a ability that can be cultivated and grown. Um, some people are more. Um, some people got it more than others, but everyone is capable of um, doing these things. And look at Deja Vu, for example. Now, I recently read a book. Think about this. Think about, I know we've all had dreams where it's no less real than what you're experiencing right now at this moment. Because if it was any less real, you would know you were in a dream. I would like to be able to lucid dream, but I never have, um, and I don't know how to do it. When I'm in a dream, and I've had lots of vivid dreams, the last really vivid one I remember was when my YouTube first started getting popular. I had a dream that I was in some sort of city that was half primitive and half technologically advanced. There was crystal buildings. There was like this Union Square type area, but the ground was crystal. There was lots of people selling handmade things and food that they grew. It was like this market type thing. And at one point, the whole place got raided. I made eye contact with a very pretty girl at some point, and I was like, I need to get to know this girl because there's something here. There's some sort of connect. I have some sort of connection with this girl, and I was very attracted to her, and I could tell she was attracted to me. It was one of those things. But I was like, I'm not going to go up right now. I was doing something else. And then what happened was some sort of raiders came through or something. And this is a dream. But to me, at the time, it was reality. So these raiders came through, like taking women, and they took the girl that I had that whatever connection with. And I was scared at first. There was more of them, and no one was doing anything. And it occurred to me I should do something because that is, I'm connected to that girl or something. I can't let them just take her. But I was scared that they could just kill me or kidnap me. But then it occurred to me like, what's worse, living the rest of your life knowing that um, I hate to use the word coward, but living the rest of your life as a coward or just going and dying right fucking now. And so I went up and I got into it with it must have been 5 or 6 dudes. But in my dream, I was just like 10 times stronger and faster than any of them. I was tearing right through them. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck was I afraid of? They were nothing to me. Like they were like it was like 10-year-old kids trying to fight a grown man. I was able to throw these guys around and knock them the fuck out. They couldn't fuck with me at all. This is in a dream. Realistically, do I think I could take 6 people? Uh, Not likely. But I can tell you one thing. If I had a girl and 6 people tried to kidnap her in front of me, I can tell you from experience, they're gonna have to kill me. Because I ain't living with that. I'm going and I'm jumping in, and as long as there's still breath in my body, I ain't letting them take my girl. Even though in my dream this wasn't my girl, but it was one of those things where every once in a while you run into a girl and there's some undeniable connection. Anyways, that was the last really vivid dream I had that I can recall. Um, I kind of started smoking weed again pretty regularly not long after that. But so this is a strange video. I don't need, you know what triggered this? I saw that YouTube short with that cute chick talking about deja vu. Uh, but so if you're interested in these type of things, go on my Patreon. This this is the type of shit I go through on Patreon. And normally I don't put this stuff on YouTube because um, my YouTube is revolves around more practical things. But really, realistically, here's the thing, man. I read a very interesting book recently called Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. You ever heard of the Monroe Institute? They do a lot of research into outer body experiences, paranormal things, remote viewing. Um, I'm not going to get into the Monroe Institute. It's legit. Anyway, so Robert Monroe invented the hemisync method for people to leave their body. I've got the hemisync recordings on my Patreon if you're interested in learning how to leave your body. But so here's how legit Robert Monroe is. The CIA uses the hemisync um, method to train their remote viewers to leave their body and go spy on other countries. Did you think it's bullshit? You think it's bullshit? Look up remote viewing. Here's the thing: the people in control of our societies are keeping you in the fucking dark. They 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 don't want you to do anything except grind your life away in some menial job and give away all the resources that you generate. That's it. That's all they want you to know. So, you know, they want you to think, oh, psychic, that's bullshit. Oh, there's no God. Oh, there's no this, there's no that. Yeah, that's real convenient for them because, they've created this reality where you don't believe anything except I got to get my fucking bills paid and that's that. I got to survive. They're keeping you at the lowest vibration possible. So, I read this book called Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. Now, the reason Robert Monroe is so interested in this type of stuff is because he started experiencing outer body experiences. He was leaving his body and he thought he was hallucinating. He thought he was losing his mind. He thought he was fucking insane. And so he started trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me because this ain't normal. And he's like this white collar type. I get what his job was, but he had a lot of like, you know, Ivy League successful psychiatrist, psychologist friends. And so he started explaining what was happening to him. And he didn't want to sound crazy, but he didn't want to lie. He wanted to know what the fuck was going on. And so he was explaining it to them. And they were saying basically, it sounds like you're leaving your body, literally. They were saying, you know, you don't seem crazy to me. You're not exhibiting any symptoms of, paranoia or delusion or anything like that. So what they suggested that he does was next time it happens, go and try to observe something, and then when you come back to your body, try to confirm whether it was real or not. And so that's what he started doing. When he would leave his body, he would go and visit people he knew and see what they were doing, and then he would talk to them days later and be like, "Yo, were you out here arguing with your wife over this at this time in this place?" And they'd be like, yeah, what the fuck? How did you know that? And he was like, oh shit. I am leaving my body in real time, and I am witnessing things outside of my body while my body sleeps. And this is how Robert Monroe started getting into paranormal and you know these type of research things. And so, according to Robert Monroe, a lot of the times when we're dreaming, you your spirit body is literally in another dimension. What he was doing was his spirit body was staying in this dimension. And you know, once I read that book, um, I had a dream not too long after that. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember waking up and feeling like I just fucking teleported from somewhere else to right here, like as if I was there. You know what I mean? I need to quit smoking weed again soon so I could get back to analyzing my dreams and shit. Anyways, this is this is th- this is an abnormal video for me, but it is what it is. And I don't know. When I tried to do the political video, it wasn't coming out right. I was just getting frustrated and annoyed. This video went smooth, so maybe this is the one I got to put up. So, anyways, I appreciate every single one of y'all. If you want more on these type of subjects, reincarnation, and this and that, go on my Patreon. If you're interested in watching me play Red Dead Redemption 2 Stoned Out of My Mind, the link will be in the description. That's on my other channel. Um, but yeah, anyways, appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the subs, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments, thanks for the tips, thanks especially the Patreons. And if you want a response, try to get your comment within the first 30. I'm gonna be real interested in seeing the comments in this video. I'm gonna probably read every single fucking one of them. But if you want a response, try to get it in the first 30. But yeah, appreciate y'all, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Everybody have a good one.